3, 2, 1. We're on. We're on. Mic check, mic check. Everything's good? Cool. Welcome to the Final Round podcast. And this episode's kind of new. It's going to be kind of different because Hector's still, traveling right now as we speak. I think he's on an airplane right now. So he's not going to be on this episode. But I got a special guest with me today. And it's my buddy Mike. Mike,
yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah, Mike is here replacing Hector. He's our first guest, technically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting, man.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks that Hector can't be here, but I'm glad to help out.
Yeah. It was one of his ideas to have you on, so
yeah,
it was pretty to be his replacement. So I'm glad you're here. But yeah, man, just how you been? You been good?
Been all right. Yeah.
School?
Almost done with school.
One more week.
One more week.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
And then and that's like.
I have to be done. I can't go back again.
Because I think you told me before, but when you were in high school, right? After you graduated, you thought you were done, right? You're like, oh shit, no more of this bullshit.
Then the next summer I went to fucking community college. Then I finally graduated from there.
And you thought you were done?
I thought I was done. Then I fucking went back the next summer.
Jesus Christ. So it was just like a constant.
Yeah.
Let down. But this is college, right? This is it.
Yeah, this is it. No more.
No more?
Yeah.
That's exciting, man. I'm happy for you. And we met. That's where we met, actually, right? We went to San Bernardino Valley College. That's where we, I used to go. I dropped out because I'm a cool guy. You know what I mean?
He's smarter than me. That's why.
Not even, man. But yeah, we barely met each other recently.
Yeah.
3 years ago, maybe? Would you have to say?
Yeah, about 3 years.
3 years? I'm trying to think the exact I don't know if you could check what I don't know old grades or old papers you used to have in that class where we met.
We could probably go back.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Because I want to say 2016.
I think so.
So that's what I'm thinking. I was like, I don't know, man. It was weird. But yeah, what class did we have together? We had
studio production.
Studio production class.
Yeah.
And the first day of that class, our teacher, who you became very familiar with, throughout the years, because I think that was my last class I had, and I dropped out.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not for me.
Yeah, I was like, yo, Paul, let's take classes together next semester. And you're like, yeah, I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, I was very I don't want to deal with this anymore. You know what I mean? And it's it was a lot better because I remember talking because I'm a firm believer of school's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Hector talked about that on the podcast once or twice. I think I could be wrong. I have a shitty memory when it comes to the podcast because I don't listen back to him, as you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, school's not for everybody. It was that, and I remember when because I was taking college for surgical tech.
Yeah, I remember telling me you're gonna be a nurse or some shit.
Some shit involving the medical field. And I was doing, your typical classes math and all, you have to, fucking school is.
All your shit classes.
Yeah, all the shit classes. You have to do this to get to here. You have to do that to get to there. I was in the midst of that, and I was like, man, I fucking really don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I think I was in math class one time, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't give a shit about this. You know what I mean? I admire people who do go through it, because they know they have to. I admire those. I envy those people. I wish I had that mindset, but I can't sit in a class thinking. That's all I do is think.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what we do at home when I got nothing to do. I just fucking think, God, I wonder if a fucking bear, would kill a tiger. So, you know what I mean? Some bullshit like that, or
Not gonna be able to think of anything else now.
Yeah,
thanks, Paul.
No, I'm good at that. You're fucking. But one thing I would obviously think about is movies and filmmaking and writing, because that's something I was passionate about. Mm-hmm. So I was like, why the fuck am I doing something that I really have no interest in?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm just doing it because it pays well.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be. I promised myself that I wasn't going to be that guy. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I don't want to stand in line and do the thing that you're expected to do as a human being.
Yeah.
You want to do something different. You know what I mean? At least you're if you're somewhat, aware of society type of thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, I wanted to fucking, I want to do something I was passionate about.
Yeah.
And, sure enough, my aunt who works at Valley College, told me, she was like, why don't you just take, stuff that you like. You know, there's writing, there's screenplay, classes and stuff like that. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I took up like film and television, acting and directing, the class with our famous teacher that you had, Paul.
Yeah.
His also name's Paul. I never knew how to pronounce his last name.
Jacques.
Paul Jacques.
Yeah.
But he was like so wild. like when I hear that, oh, you're meeting a guy. His name's gonna be Paul. His name's Paul Jacques.
It's like, oh, he's gonna be French as fuck.
Yeah, French or fucking like an auteur, or you know, or something. You know,
he's just this middle-aged white guy.
Yeah, cool as fuck though. You know,
Yeah.
Loved movies.
Yeah.
Loves movies. Loved that. He did a little acting. He was in the most famous and most desired Titanic 2. I don't know. I don't know if he ever showed you the footage of him.
If you go frame by frame on the trailer, you can see him.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. And I honestly, I marked out. I was like, damn.
It's like, oh shit, he made it.
Yeah, it's a lot farther than I'm gonna be, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, he was a cool guy, and that was my first. He was my first teacher in that field, in the arts. If you want to get pretentious, in the arts, right? So yeah, and he was really cool as fuck. I really, for the first time ever, I was excited to go to a classroom. You know what I mean? That was the first feeling I got. You know, and I was like, it was a really cool experience. He was cool. The people were cool. You know what I mean? I met a lot of cool people, and yeah, sure enough, you know, like it ended up, you know, after I got out of that class, I then went to studio production, the one I met you in. And yeah, we were doing things, you know, and it was a unique experience. I feel like I did take something away from it, but ultimately it kind of like made me feel like there was times where like I was stressing to go.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you ever felt that during that class.
I definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a bunch of times where it felt like, oh, we're just doing this just to do it. We're not actually gonna use this anywhere.
No. Not at all, you know, and it was bad. And, you know, I get where, because she was really heavy, the teacher that we had, which I don't want to name because I don't know how to pronounce her name, so whatever. But she was really heavy on making you experience shit that she experienced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like yelling, like a lot of like really stressful situations that I'm sure in that field that you know, because me and you know, knowing each other for 3 years, we have the same aspirations, you know. We want to be filmmakers, you know what I mean, the horror genre, you know. We want to make stuff that you know, I'm sure that we're gonna run into it at some point, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But like there was something different because, you know, like not wanting to be there doing something that I really like could give a fuck less about, you know, just really added to it. And I was like, I remember one time she yelled at me. Do you remember she yelled at me when I was working in a camera one time?
I do remember. Yeah.
I was pissed. Like I really almost like talked shit. Like I was really like I looked like, because I was camera 3 and like I don't know, like I fucked up. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy. You know?
Yeah. No.
You know?
Like, here's a big ass camera. Work it.
Yeah, and it was like I think I forgot what the shot was, but you know it was a shot that we did before, like the week before, and I was doing a pretty decent job at it. You know what I mean? Like she, you know, and then it was that one time I fucked up and like. She just like really crazy with me. It's like shouted, and I was really mad. I was like, what the fuck, like unnecessary. Like you could tell me we could have been like, you know, oh, start again. You know what I mean? Like you know, it's all right. You know, you did this before, but I don't know. It was me thinking like, was she doing that just to like, you know, make me experience what she experienced? I'm sure. I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause she was really old school. Like
she was really
all
old
her
school.
experience was from like the 70s and 80s, and then she started teaching.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was just like, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all.
Yeah.
I was happy I got my hand on a camera though. That was kind of cool.
That was the best part.
That was the best thing during that whole entire bullshit, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion. But yeah, we were doing some weird shit, man. Remember she wanted us to fucking get on the
Oh, she made us drive the fucking scissor lift and go all the way up.
Scissor lift, describe the scissor lift, because I'm drawing a blank. I don't know if you know how to describe it better than I can.
I mean, it's like a little go-kart, but it has a lever that like you push it and that shit goes.
You go high
up
in the fucking air.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking scared of heights. You know, like I'm fucking terrified. And I was one of the people that was like what was the, it's like you had to go up and you had to touch a pole.
Yeah, you had to grab one of the bars that the lights are attached to.
And I was like, this is so fucking.
It's like 40 feet in the air.
Dude, I was terrified. Like if I ever like, oh my god, I was so happy I didn't soil myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we were doing stuff like that, and it was just like, you know, weird. But I mean, I'm sure I took some experience. But you know, the one thing I do, you know, I do like cherish was like I met you. You know, you became like, I don't know how. I always try to think. I was like, when did I fucking like first talk to Mike? Like, what was our first conversation? I'm pretty sure because I saw you come in with like a Army of Darkness T-shirt or something, and I was like, oh, you like Army of Darkness? You know, the classic like, oh, that's fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then we started talking about movies and directors and stuff.
And then we started talking, you know, then we eventually found out that we, you know,
we want to do the same thing.
Yeah, not only that, but you know, we have a very immense love for the horror genre. Yeah. Good and bad. You know, so it was like, it was pretty cool, man. Like I met a couple cool people. I can't remember other cool. I remember Glenn was cool as fuck. Glenn was cool.
And the big old beard.
Yeah, he was the reason why I got into Primus.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that I talked to him about Primus, but like I saw him wear a T-shirt with Primus, and I always knew of Primus, and I was like, you know, Primus. Those who don't know, it's a fucking band. You know what I mean? And it's like my favorite band of all time. You know, so I got that. So that was pretty cool. I wish I could talk to Glenn. He was the only dude that I was like chill after and just like talk to, and he was like really funny and shit like that. But yeah, man, we met each other, and you know, ever since then we've been like hanging out, watching movies, talk about horror movies and shit like that. Shit talk, like remakes and shit. You know, the classic thing, you know, that we usually do. You know, but yeah, we're still in the process, you know. Yeah. Getting to know each other. I mean, I don't, because like the one thing I kind of like felt like, you know, like I don't know, like we've only been friends for 3 years, you know, and that you know, I don't know if that's a long time for being friends, you know. Would you say?
It's solid.
Yeah, it's solid, right?
It's not like since kindergarten.
Yeah.
But it's not like we just met.
Yeah, but it's like for me and Hector, like I've known Hector for like 12 years. Yeah. You know, that's fucking, you know, that's hardcore.
Yeah, that's long.
Yeah, that's long as shit. You know, so it's kind of, you know, so with you, you know, being another, you know, developing friend, you know, I do consider you a friend, but it's like, you know, 3 years, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. It doesn't even feel like that sometimes.
No, it went by quick.
Yeah, quick as fuck. You know what I mean? And at one point, you know, I think it was our second year of being friends. You know, is when I moved to Washington.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, I'm never gonna see Paul again.
Yeah. Right? That was crazy. Yeah. It's crazy how that happened because we hung out.
Yeah, we hung out like
on a Wednesday.
Every week.
We hung out every week. It was a Wednesday. It was like almost like it was very like it's pretty solid. Like, you know, we had like a we
had a routine going.
Yeah, routine. There you go. It was a routine. You know, every fucking Wednesday. And yeah, you know, it was like a normal day. We were watching. We're like, oh yeah, let's watch a horror movie. Let's watch some creepy, stupid shit on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just, you know, bond and shit and have fun, right? Just chilling. And then, you know, sure enough, like literally like a day or two later after we hung out, I told you, I was like, yeah, I'm moving to Washington, man. Yeah. In like the span of like a day or two. Because, you know, I don't know if people know this, but yeah, like when I decided to make the change and move to Washington, it was a quick move. Like, it was like I found out that I was moving, and then like 2 days later, that's when I fucking that's when I left, basically. So yeah, and then that happened, and I was like, and that bummed me out, man, because I was like, oh man, I was like, you know, like me and Mike, you know, are gonna not hang out anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it was something that I felt like that was kind of like probably affect our friendship. You know what I mean? I was kind of worried. You know, but then I was like, I got to make an effort to like make sure, you know, I keep in contact with him, and while I was out there, and we talked on the phone a few times and shit like that.
Yeah, we talked about comic books and stuff.
Yeah, I wanted you to go to the comic book store up there, man.
We still need to go.
Yeah, we'll go someday.
Yeah,
for sure, man. Yeah, that place is fucking beautiful. I talked about it last week, I think, or the week before, about the fucking about that fucking comic book store on this podcast. It was fucking amazing. I love that place. But yeah, luckily, shit didn't work out there. So I moved right back in there. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's been, you know, 3 years. It's crazy. Yeah. It flew by quickly. But yeah, man. Anyway, yeah. One thing I wanted to talk about here is, you know, me and you actually, you know, are going to have to start, start a podcast. You know, we're going to start pretty soon.
We've been working
That's
on
my
it
plan.
For a while. Yeah.
We've been working on it for a while, huh?
For a long while.
Yeah. It's been tough because we've had some struggles, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There was one point like a couple months ago where we had 2 in a row that were like really solid. I was like, oh, this is really good. You know, like we're getting there. We're getting even closer, you know? Yeah. And then I believe the week after, that was when we had
all kinds of technical
technical difficulties, interruptions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I talked about it on this podcast, the Final Round podcast with Hector, is that, you know, my dingy garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where we record. You know what I mean? That's where me and you recorded, and you know, I live with a lot of fucking people. You know, we're Mexicans, so I live with a lot of goddamn people. A lot of people under one roof, and you know, in the garage there's a lot of shit people need to get, like water, the
laundry machine.
Laundry machine, man. Yeah, that was the one that made me mad the most, because we were recording and I was like, it's bugging me.
Yeah.
And then I would stop it, and then I'd be like, you know, play it back, and then you would hear it, and I was getting visibly frustrated. I don't think you've ever seen me that frustrated before, huh?
Yeah.
I was mad. I was mental. Like I was ready to flip the goddamn table over and be like, fuck everything. You know what I mean? Like, fuck this place. You know, like, yeah. But yeah, my garage is not the easiest place to record.
Yeah.
You know, we had a rough time.
Yeah, we had days when it felt like the house was gonna just blow over. The wind.
Yeah, the wind. It was windy days and shit like that. And I was like, you know, and it's kind of
fucking hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one day, and there was like flies. Remember that one time, like we got infested with flies for some fucking reason. For some reason, like
it was like The Exorcist.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, or like Amityville Horror or shit. You know what I mean? Like somehow, like 4 fucking flies managed to, you know, decide to want to record with us or something, and they were distracting the shit out of us. You know, like it was mad. It was mental. And ever since then, honestly, I've been in that garage, haven't seen a fly goddamn since. And I was like, God, some force doesn't want us to record or something. You know, I don't know, but it was like we've had a lot of trials and tribulations though.
Yeah.
But we're working at it, man. But you know, I want to get it done soon. You know.
Yeah.
I'm tired of just, you know, thinking about, you know, like, oh, we need to improve on this. I don't know, man, because I feel like, you know, I don't know. I feel like maybe you've gotten a little frustrated because, you know, maybe there has been some podcasts you felt that could have went out there on YouTube. Do you feel?
A couple times.
Yeah. And for me, it's just like, I've never, you know, like, I don't know, like, I just feel like they're not the ones. They're not the ones to start off with. You know what I mean?
Well, my thing is that, like, we've had some good ones, but we haven't been, like, consistently good.
Yeah, exactly. We had that one, too, where, like, it was, like, pretty solid.
Yeah.
You know, but there was one that we had 3 weeks ago that was really good, too.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, okay, you know, we're gonna get closer. You know what I mean? It kind of sucks because I know me and you, we made a plan, huh? It's kind of like we wanted the week of Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted the week of Halloween. That was the thing that I was, you know, aiming towards.
Yeah, we were really gunning for it.
Yeah. We talked about it every week, preparing and stuff like that, practicing, doing the practice runs.
Yeah.
And when it didn't happen, you know, I was mad. Like, I was upset because, you know, when you set a goal and you fail to achieve it, you know what I mean? And you know, I could have put that one out there. I could have put that podcast out there that I felt that wasn't at our best, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And still do it just to achieve the goal, but I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? I just, you know, I don't know. It's my weird fucking insecurity, I guess. But you know, I don't know. But like, I feel like we could do something really good with our horror podcast. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I think we have really like good insight on horror and stuff like that. We, you know. I mean, we have these conversations, you know, like we said, those 3 years that we hung out with each other.
Yeah, we're talking about this stuff anyways.
Yeah, constantly.
We might as well record it.
Exactly. And, like, it's, I don't know, maybe we're still in the phase that we have microphones in our face and we're still not
completely comfortable with it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, you know? It's weird. Because I feel like, because that was one of the struggles that me and Hector had, right? You know what I mean? Like, Hector was telling me the other week that, you know, he was listening back to all of our old ones, our first ones, and he was cringing. He was cringing, you know. I just feel like that was us not getting used to the fact that we have microphones, so we were trying hard.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, it just has to be a natural thing, but it's like, it's not only that, but the formula of how we're doing the horror podcast.
Yeah.
You know, like, we want to talk about topics, you know, but there's some topics that we don't really like. You know, like, I may have a strong opinion on the topic, but you really...
I haven't seen the movie or
something.
Yeah,
you haven't seen the movie, or, like, you care less about the topic.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or, like, you don't have much opinion to give on the topic, which is understandable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's something that, you know... I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But one thing I have done, I've listened to a lot of other horror podcasts, and it's very formulaic. And the one thing that I think we have, or could bring, I should say rather, is that we're very blunt. We don't kiss ass.
Yeah, if the movie's shit, we're gonna
shit on the movie. Yeah, we don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I think that's what I sense in a lot of horror podcasts. But that's just like with life in general. I think people are scared to hurt people's feelings, and and that's not my intention to hurt anybody's feelings. But it's entertainment. Horror is entertainment. It's a form of entertainment. You decide to put out there. And I think everybody has the right to form their own opinions on it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And I think me and Hector talked about it, a bunch of times of like being blunt and just like sharing like how you feel, not holding anything back, like just be you.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I think we bring to that like podcast that I don't think anybody is doing, because I don't know, because listening to other horror podcasts, it's very like I don't know, like I don't cringe, but I'm like like they say things, they want to say things, but they don't.
No,
like they're pussyfooting around.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you don't like the fucking scene,
just say you don't like it.
Just say you don't like it. Why it angers you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care.
If you think The Nun's a shitty movie, then
say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that movie. You know what I mean?
I didn't watch it, but I could already tell it's a shitty movie.
I'm not gonna watch it. Fuck that movie. Yeah. But not only that, don't be afraid to share your own opinions about things, man. Definitely when it comes to movies. But the one thing you shouldn't do is let others' opinions, like,
let it sway you.
Yeah, let it sway you. Let it fucking, get to you or something like that. Get mad over it. Just like, I make fun of Hector all the time because of all the fucking movies he likes.
Yeah.
I've probably told you a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah.
I always tease him. Oh,
yeah, you made him show me that scene.
What scene? It was
like the first time I ever hung out with Hector.
Was it that scene?
From
God's Not Dead?
God's Not Dead, yeah.
Oh, my God. Bro, you should have seen his face. I remember what he was wearing. I remember where we were at. It was in my living room. Me and him were like, I was chatting about movies, giving him my input on certain movies. And he was like, oh, bro. He's like, I saw this movie last night on Netflix, right? And I was like, oh, really? I was like, what movie? He was like, it's called God's Not Dead. And already I was like, fuck. I was like, really, man? I was like, this is the movie you're fucking like hung up on right now? He's like, no, bro, it's so good. It's so good. He's like, the last scene, it will fucking get you. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna wow you. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh my God. So that night, I'm like, it's a very like, it's one of those religious movies where it's like it doesn't challenge any of like, Christianity or anything like that. Like it's very like it favors towards Christianity.
Yeah, like for Christians by Christians.
Yes, exactly. And no offense if you're a Christian out there, but it's not my personal belief. Me and Hector talked about that before. It's not my personal belief. I don't know what the fuck I believe in, but I definitely don't, go towards that. And it's very heavy, like on like Christians and stuff like that. And I guess the story is like the fucking like teacher, like the first day of like school, this Christian goes to college, and like the first day of fucking college, for some reason this Christian's in a fucking classroom where his fucking teacher's an atheist or some shit. Like he comes out, like the first word he says, he's like, all right, God's not real, God sucks, and everything like that. Like it's so like fucking like this would never fucking happen ever. You know what I mean?
He'd probably be my favorite teacher though. It's like, oh, this guy's cool.
Yeah, this guy's pretty progressive.
Fucking metal.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. But no, it was very like, but I wouldn't mind watching a movie about like religion or anything like that, but just don't play towards one side. There has to be some conflict.
Yeah,
there has to be conflict. You have to like look at both. That's that's just me in general. I like to look at both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Not just favor one thing throughout the entire thing, because it just feels like a how do you say?
It's like propaganda.
Yeah, propaganda, and like it's like a piece where it's like, like I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, maybe propaganda is the right word. But like, I just don't like when people are like, I'm right, what I say is set in stone, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that's what it felt like. Like that whole movie was just like holy, it didn't challenge it, and it made out the people who don't believe, the bad guys, evil people, And like I just didn't like that. But anyway, like that was the first scene, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch this fucking movie. I'm gonna go to the part where fucking Hector was telling me about. So I guess they scheduled debate between each other, the teacher and the fucking the teacher and the student. He was, I'm gonna debate you about religion and God and shit like that, right? And then like, so I guess, you know, I don't remember the fucking points. I try to forget the movie kind of, but there's this one part of the scene where it was like, you could tell when the writer wrote it, he was like, oh,
yeah, gotcha, bitch.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get Hector with this one. I'm gonna make Hector wow on this one. And but I guess he was like, it got to the point where like it became a shouting match at the debate, and he was like, why, professor, why do you think of this? Why do you think like this? Why do you think God is this? Blah, blah, blah. And then the line from the teacher was like, 'cause he took everything from me. And like the student was like, how could you you know, not believe in something, you know? Like, you know, what was the line? I forget the line.
How could he take everything from you if he's not real?
Exactly. Yeah, it was some shit to that effect. And you could tell the, like, you know, like every Christian like jizzed their pants. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, that was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the scene that wowed Hector so much that he was like, oh bro, you gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it. And I was laughing my fucking ass off. That shit was hilarious. But I love Hector. I love Hector. And I try to tell him that, you know, like, you should, you know, like whatever movie you like. You know, if you like God's Not Dead, whatever. You know what I mean? That's your prerogative. I shouldn't shit on you for that. I'm still gonna make fun of you because we're friends. You know, but I think a lot recently, because that was like 3 or 4 years ago when the first one came out. So I think he's changed his tune a little bit about the movie. Yeah. Like, you know, as far as the thinking, you know, him thinking it's like a fucking masterpiece of work. But you know, I still tease him about like Fast and the Furious movies and shit like that. Like, you know, I can't watch those movies. Those movies are fucking like just comically, like they're comical in my opinion. They're just comical, right? But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I guess we could talk about movies, man, if you're down. Yeah. Have you watched anything recently, or you know, or you just been tied up with school?
I've just been tied up with school.
Yeah, with all these stupid projects on.
Yeah, trying to finish this shit.
Yeah. What's your final you have to do a podcast, right, by yourself?
Yeah, by myself for an hour. So, see how that goes.
Yeah. Do you think you could do it?
I mean, I'm sure I can, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to do one by myself too, and it's really hard.
Yeah, the New Japan one, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, I don't know if know this, but I'm into New Japan Pro Wrestling, Japanese professional wrestling, and it's like this is something that I'm a geek about, and I love it a lot, and I have opinions on it. So, you know, I want to do a podcast on it, and not many people here in San Bernardino share my love and passion for Japanese wrestling. So, you know, I've done a couple practice runs of doing a podcast by myself. And it's very difficult.
It's weird, right? Because you're just like talking to yourself.
You're talking to yourself.
You feel like a fucking crazy person.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I think the first time I ever recorded by myself, like that's what I felt like. I felt like a fuking psychopath. I was like, I'm talking to myself. It's weird.
Yeah, you listen back, you sound like fucking Golem from Lord of the Rings.
Like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like you're asking questions that you're answering like a second later, and it's like, you know, but. Later on, my more practice runs, I started like not doing that anymore, not sounding like a psycho. Yeah, you know, so it's you know, going towards a good direction. Yeah, in my opinion, you know.
I mean, once you figure it out, I'm sure it's
it's good. You know, but you got a week, bro.
Yeah, I got a week.
So you're gonna sound like a psychopath.
Probably, but
whatever. As long as you get it done,
as long
right?
as I get it done.
As long as you get it done, and you're over with school. Yeah, I think I remember talking to you about this, but Like you're not gonna do the whole diploma and like robe thing, are you?
No, I've been there, done that.
Right.
Yeah.
It just doesn't appeal to you, right?
No, it was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my graduation. That shit angered me. I just wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I think it angered me when it just takes so long.
Yeah, you're just fucking sitting there in this big ass robe and it's hot.
Yeah. And I got a haircut that day and I wasn't happy with it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had the square fucking hat, and it like
we
got a fucked up sunburn.
The post for this podcast should be us in our
fucking our fucking graduation pictures.
Graduation pictures. So corny and shit like that. I still have mine.
Me too. It's a terrible fucking picture.
Really?
Yeah.
I took a picture with my ex.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't do that, man. That's so funny. Don't you hate it when girls do that?
Yeah.
When I'm talking to a girl, I'm talking to like a girl that I'm, talking to or something, and like I'm, you start getting into like a deep conversation or something about life, and you say something, they're like, "Aw."
Yeah, fuck you, aw.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't want it to make it seem like
Trying to be real.
Yeah.
And you're like,
you're making it seem, oh, what's that? It's like, don't act like you're fucking, watching a fucking commercial with like a sick dog or something, like, don't make it seem like that, like, fucking converse with me,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's funny. But yeah, it was a good picture though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look back at it and I'm like, God damn, I'm a fat fuck now. I was a clean 190 there. Now I'm like a 250 something.
Fuck, I was like 149 when I graduated.
God damn, man, really?
I'm like 180 now.
Well, my dad told me he was like 140 when he graduated, like similar to you, and I was like, fuck, man. I was like, I'm 190. I'm like 195, close to the 200 club. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, I'm just a fat fuck though.
Yeah.
I love to eat, as you know.
Oh yeah, we go out to eat all the time.
Yeah, we do. This time it's gonna be cheap though today, cause
yeah,
trying to save up for the holidays, man.
Yeah, the fucking holidays.
You excited?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose presents have you bought? Like,
just my brother and my sister.
Oh yeah, what'd you get them? They're not gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I got my brother.
First of all, only 12 people listen to this podcast.
Oh,
that me and Hector do. Roughly, I'm just being funny. I think the last one got like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like a stretch from our episode where we got over 100.
Oh.
We were like, fuck.
It's like, fuck yeah, we made it.
We're on to something. And then like, yeah, it's been declining, but we're not giving up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It'll come back.
Yeah. We're just doing it for fun anyway. But anyway, what'd you get for your siblings?
I got my sister this cartoon show.
It's a cartoon show, huh?
Yeah.
Was it? Wait, was it?
It was Over the Garden Wall. I think I told you about it last week.
Over the Garden Wall. I don't know. I'm trying to think like if I've seen it though.
It was on Cartoon Network recently.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's
I was like, do you mean Over the Hedge, the animated movie?
No, that came out a long time ago. She has that shit already.
Oh really? I hated that movie.
Yeah. But no, it's kind of like Grimm's fairy tales.
Really?
Kind of a vibe.
Is your sister into that stuff too?
She might not be, but I'm trying to convert her.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, I was like, because I've never, we don't really talk about. I mean, no, you talked about your brother a couple times. Your brothers.
A couple, yeah.
But I think I really found out that you had a sister like
just
month.
Now.
Like last month. Yeah, just now, like just a second ago when you said like you bought something for your sister.
It's like the fuck.
No, I know you had a sister because I remember you told me that she was a part of a project for your.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I think it was that I was like, Mike has a sister. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's a freshman in high school right now.
That's cool.
So.
What high school?
Valley View High School.
Okay.
It's in Moreno Valley.
Did you tell her like have fun?
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck with that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your siblings in? Are your like siblings and your family any other family members that are into like dark shit like me and you are?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, mostly just because I am, and I kind of forced it on them.
Oh, really?
Forced it on them early, so.
Really?
Yeah, they're into like the same type of movies and same type of music.
That's
and stuff.
good, man. I do that to my family. They think I'm a Satanist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my mom was like, I think me and my mom were sitting on a porch somehow, or on our front porch, and I don't know how we got there. But we were just chatting, and like she told me, she was like, I worry about you sometimes. And I'm like, what? Like, why? Because you're into these dark things, like serial killers and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not gonna sacrifice a cat. I'm not gonna kill anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
not gonna torture small animals.
Yeah, man. Like, it's just the interest that I have. I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. It's fucking. it fascinates me. A strong fascination. So I don't think my family gets it.
Yeah.
They watch it as a general, like, oh, spooky.
Oh, scary movie.
Yeah,
time.
Scary movie, jump scare. You know what I mean? But to me, it's more than just that.
Mm-hmm.
It's life shit. It's like the fascination with death and the fear of the unknown and many other things, being alone, anxieties and stuff like that. I don't know if that's how your family is too, like, as far as, like, but like, are they, like, they're, like, genuinely, like, into it.
Kinda. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but like.
But you're the king of that shit, right?
Yeah.
Out of all of them, you're like, oh yeah.
I mean, they're still pretty general audience.
Right.
But like, I gotta sneak in the good shit.
Right. What's the craziest movie that you've showed them?
Oh, the craziest movie
or the one that you were like, I don't know how they're gonna take this.
Oh man. You know, I made them watch High Tension.
High Tension. What? Wait a minute. What movie is that?
It's about this girl who brings her girlfriend home for like the holidays or some shit, and there's this dude just fucking hacking people apart.
Oh really?
Then at the end of the movie, I mean, spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Stop now.
Yeah, stop now.
You're probably not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But,
High Tension, is that the? Sounds like some Michael Douglas movie back in the days.
But it turns out that this killer guy was just the girlfriend's split personality.
Oh.
So she was really like fucking murdering people and like her girlfriend's family and shit.
Was it a gory one?
It was pretty gory, yeah. Yeah, she had like a fucking power saw and was like,
oh shit.
Yeah.
Like Terrifier status?
Have
you seen that movie?
No, I know it's on Netflix. It's in my queue, but
yeah, it's in my queue too.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get rid of it because I've already seen the best highlights of it.
Yeah.
On fucking Twitter and Instagram and shit like that.
Just watch the gory bits and
gory bits and pieces and shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be that kind of movie.
I'm sure the actual story it's not that great.
Not what we look for. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people love that movie because Terrifier on Netflix. It's on Netflix still, right? It's on Netflix. Yeah. I'm sure there's people who have seen it. You know. But it doesn't look like, I don't know, like when I read the synopsis, it's just not a story that, you know, it has to be more than just.
It's just a guy who's killing people.
Yeah, it has to be more than just that. It's got good reviews.
Yeah.
But because I feel like it's a movie that it's aware that it
knows what it is.
It knows what it is, you know, and so it plays towards that. It plays towards its strengths rather than its weaknesses, and there's nothing wrong with that. I always appreciate a good bad movie where like. The movie like, you know, like, I don't know, like another movie that came out recently that it's like that, but there's a movie that it's aware of its, you know, I mean, we're talking like this, but there's probably people out there like, you're speaking, you know, this doesn't make sense to me. What do you mean a movie is aware? You know what I mean? Like, but only film buffs would probably know that term. You know what I mean? Like, but anyway, getting on a tangent here, but yeah, movies like that know it's cheesy or anything like that, and like, you know, it plays towards strengths. It doesn't try to take itself serious, you know. But for me, I don't know. I just think that me and you, we look for different types of stories, you know, that attracts our ears. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like for me, like I try to look for the most out there, most weirdest movie ever, and I'm sure that's it's out there and weird, but like not on like the whole, because I've seen the gory stuff already. Yeah. I'm kind of pooped about the, you know.
You need more than just gore.
Yeah, man. You know, nothing wrong with a good gore fest here and there. You know what I mean? You know, but it's just more than that. Just to me, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's subgenres. Everybody puts subgenres on things. You know, like, oh, it's horror, but it's like it's torture porn horror. You know, like that's a fucking thing. And I was like, it's weird. You know? Yeah. Psychological horror. You know, so on and so forth. But anyway, your family watched. High tensions sounds like a fucking a Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah, just a guy in a ponytail doing karate,
chopping people's heads off with his bare hands.
Yeah.
Did they like it?
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, Mike always showing us the out there things.
Yeah, but I mean, they know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
I've been this way forever.
That's good.
Yeah, I was a little kid drawing werewolves and vampires in fucking church.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's cool. On church, the best place to draw those things.
Yeah, like on the back of the donation envelopes.
Did you ever make your own comic book?
I mean, I tried.
I tried too. You know what I did?
Because I can't draw. But
oh, dude, I was in first grade. I couldn't draw worth shit, dude. I would do the same thing. I would draw like monsters and shit like that. Like, but like, like the most horrible. Of like looking monsters ever, you know what I mean? But I would put what do you put those paper clips?
Oh yeah.
I'd put a bunch of stack of paper, and then I'd put the paper clips, 3 paper clips in there, and then, you know, and then one day I got my hand on a stapler.
Oh shit.
And then I was like, ooh, I'm moving up.
You're living dangerously.
I'm living dangerously. Not only that, but I'm moving up, man. Yeah. I'm moving up on the totem pole, you know, bringing, you know, it was pretty cool kind of dynamic. You know, you'd come home, you'd go to school and like show them to your friends, and your friends are like, oh, this is cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they have the same brain you have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they haven't seen like
Yeah.
someone in your class that can like draw real good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. But it's kind of stupid because like I really wish I could draw.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think me and you talked about it, like, because we're into comic books too.
Yeah.
Another thing that we talk about on the other podcast that we're working on, the Chamber of Chills, the horror podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We talk everything horror, from movies, graphic novels, literature, and video games, anything you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, comic books is one of them. And yeah, man, we can't draw worth shit. We suck.
Yeah, because there was a while where we were like, let's make a fucking comic together.
Yeah, we were well, at least writing it.
Yeah,
we were like, let's write a comic book. You know what I mean?
Like, but who the fuck's gonna draw this bitch?
Yeah, and people.
Yeah.
How much you gonna pay me, bitch? they're gonna ask for some fucking crazy price and shit.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that, I mean, if me and you conjured up enough money, we probably can do it. Like an independent do it. But but I don't know. I liked what we were going for.
Yeah, yeah.
What was our theme? Like a modern day Van Helsing type of vibe to it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like middle-aged Van Helsing.
Yeah, mixed with, I think the inspiration though. What was the inspiration? We were thinking because like I don't know. I think it was in a Tomb of Dracula, the comic book Tomb of Dracula theme, and I was like, I want it to be like kind of very old school.
Mm-hmm.
Very old school, but in modern day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was fun. Like having like his mortal enemies are of course Dracula, or no. We were like, Dracula's the good guy, and Van Helsing's the fucking bad guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was our idea. Yeah, we flipped it, right? A lot of these, like, we wanted all the monsters because,
Yeah, we're going to bring all the classic monsters.
Yeah, the classic monsters. And we, how we feel about monsters. Because we're huge fans of Guillermo del Toro, a guy who loves fucking monsters. If you watch any fucking Guillermo del Toro movie, those who don't know Guillermo del Toro, he's done Blade 2, Pan's Labyrinth, the recent movie, The Shape of Water, Devil's Backbone, Crimson Peak, Blade 2 that I mentioned, Blade 2 already.
Yeah, he did the Pacific Rim movies.
Pacific Rim movies, you know what I mean? He's very, there's a paranormal intrigue there for him.
Yeah.
And, he's one. I admire that guy a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, not only he's a special kind of human being. He's a good person, but the way he talks about monsters and how he feels for them, it's something that we have, that we felt, right? We felt as kids, like like we loved monsters, and you realize that these monsters are reflections of human imperfections. You know what I mean? I remember there was a quote that Guillermo del Toro cited one time. He was like, it takes a smart man to know that Victor Frankenstein is not the monster, but it takes a wise man to understand that Victor Frankenstein is the monster. And that ever since I heard that, like it weighed like heavy on my mind. You know what I mean? Like I said, we love monsters, and me and you, we look at them as like very sympathetic creatures, sympathetic figures that we could relate to, feeling different, people not understanding how we could be into the most darkest and morbid things,
Yeah.
And it's a love and passion that we have. We wanted to flip it, right? We wanted to flip it and have the enemies be the fucking,
the fucking normal people.
Yeah, the normal people. Which I'm not gonna say the most original idea, like because I'm pretty sure I'm
sure it's been done.
I'm sure it's been done, but it's an idea. It's kind of like a passion thing that we want to do, right? In the future, who knows? Maybe we'll upgrade it, because. What I like about writing and stuff like that, I don't know if it's ever happened to you, because I still feel like I'm a shit writer. But sometimes you write something and like you're like, oh shit, I don't like it, and then you put it to the side, and then you come back to it and it forms into something different.
Yeah, you take that as like a launching point to.
Yeah, it turns into something that you do like, sometimes. And yeah, man, it was. I remember one of my biggest regrets though, in my beginning stages of writing, like I quit it because I felt like I was terrible, and I threw all my notebooks away.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was. That's like a cardinal sin.
Yeah. For
writers too, I committed the most heinous crime of all.
Yeah.
And I fucking threw all those books away, and I still regret it to this day. But I want to start over again with new. I want to buy like 5 notebooks and stuff, and just like just go crazy.
Yeah.
I will do that soon. But yeah, I still feel like I'm a shit writer. But perhaps I will be forever. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I forgot what was I going with that actually. What we were talking about before?
We were talking about the comic we were gonna do.
Oh yeah, the comic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could form it to something different too. And yeah, there's another thing that I told my coworker yesterday about that me and you came up with the idea of a short film of that I want to share, here and put it out. Was do you remember our era, like our horror movie
running through the ages?
Yeah, running through the ages of like a dedication to horror, like throughout the years, like it was like one part's gonna be 60s.
It was like
it was all one continuous.
It was all one continuous chase scene.
Yeah, chase scene, and each scene, like the first 5 minutes would be 60s.
Yeah.
And then like we wanted to like have the transitions to the eras be like each like differently, like like the 60s start with the 60s. That's where the chase begins, and this woman she finds a hiding spot, and she hides into like whatever. A closet, a desk, or something that like is pitch dark or black, where just the frame is just nothing but blackness, and then her open up the door, and then bam, you're in the 70s.
Yeah.
And then do that for like 80s, et cetera, et cetera. That's another thing that I have not forgot about that I want to do in the future. Hopefully, you know what I mean. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that'd be really cool.
Anything that because like I said earlier, we're aspiring filmmakers, aspiring writers. Do you have a dream project that you like would want to do in the future?
Not really. I just want to do my own stuff.
Right.
I don't want to get stuck with some studio telling me what to do.
Yeah. Independent. You want to be independent?
Kind of. I mean, I still want to be like able to like have my shit in the theaters.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't know. That's one of the things I really admire about Guillermo del Toro is he makes the movies he wants to make.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, regardless. And it's kind of crazy because there's a lot of his movies that don't really like excel as much that would warrant a because the typical thing that would happen in Hollywood, I don't know if any general fan knows, but like you get an opportunity to because movies and movie studios, it's basically a gamble.
Yeah,
you're putting all your chips on the table on this one movie, and you're telling a director, a writer, whatever, the whole crew, okay, here's $100 million, bring us back $300 million.
Yeah,
that's what it basically is. And there's been times where directors, writers, people like mostly directors get that opportunity and don't follow through, and that affects their career. It doesn't happen as much anymore. I feel like like M. Night Shyamalan was making shit movies for like 10 years straight, and he's just now starting to get back on a comeback. And and there was a point in time where I was like, God, this motherfucker's still making movies. It's crazy, you know. And then eventually he got what was the movie? Split,
yeah,
which was a winner, So it's pretty crazy, to see that. But anyway, what was I saying? That's just me all the time. Just like, where the fuck was I going? Where the fuck was I going with this?
That's me in the shower every morning.
What was that idea?
Fuck, what was I talking about? Oh shit, I've been in here an hour. I'm late for school.
There you go. That's funny. But yeah, but that's what happens. Like Guillermo hasn't had the most biggest, like The Shape of Water, his most recent film that came out that me and you adore that movie.
Yeah, it was my favorite movie of that year.
Yeah. Last year was my favorite movie as well. One of the most. Yeah, I loved it. Loved it so much. It didn't really do well at the box office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it did well with critics and awards and stuff like that. So that's good. That's a plus. But yeah, movies. Movies are a gamble basically, and it's a cutthroat business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you really only get one mistake, and then you're.
Yeah, definitely when you're out. And I don't know if it's something that you've thought about of like fear that you've had, like it's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? But I like what you said that even if it's just you or just me or just the both of us making short films, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Because we're not taking orders from anybody. We're doing what we want to do,
Yeah, making the shit we want to see.
Yeah, good or bad or indifferent, you know what I mean? Or in the middle, like, who cares? And eventually, who knows, hopefully there would be an opportunity after that, some person could look at one of those short films and be like, oh, these guys may have something.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wonder what they could do with some money, make that longer.
And that's how it usually happens.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes my favorite things to do is watch short horror films.
Mm-hmm.
Those are great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great ones out there. I know people, go to them a lot, but yeah, it's pretty good. Straight, simple, straight to the point. It's just all about technique. It's where you practice the craft. And we're still in that. We're still in that mode.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, but we want our horror podcast that we want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But yeah, man, we're at 50 minutes, man. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. It's pretty good. 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Did I say 15?
Oh shit, that was long as hell.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. What was I gonna say? There's some other shit I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
But no, let's not end it here. We can talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I feel good.
But yeah, it's so you don't have any dream project or anything like that?
Not at the moment. No.
No. I know you fuck with werewolves.
Oh yeah.
I know you'd want to do a werewolf movie.
No, definitely. I could have a whole career just doing werewolf movies.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't mind being because if that happens,
you're the fucking werewolf guy.
You're gonna be the werewolf guy.
I feel like I already am the werewolf guy.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that I knew about you. You're big werewolf guy, big werewolf lover. You love those movies.
Yeah, I love those furry bastards.
Yeah, for sure. It's great. They're great though. They're great.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I have a dream project. I think one of my dream projects I would want to do is I'd want to do a Charles Manson piece.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that, but I feel like it's been done so many times too. I believe the director for American Psycho is going to do one, and Quentin Tarantino's doing a movie that it's not based on the Manson murders, but it's like a backdrop.
Yeah.
That's happening.
It's like Manson murders adjacent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's exactly that. And then like I said, another director's doing it, so that's another one that I wouldn't want to do. I'd want to do a piece on cryptozoology.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Cryptozoology, for those who don't know, it's a pseudoscience. It's not real science, but it's about cryptozoology is basically about chupacabras,
and Bigfoots,
and
monsters,
the Loch Ness monsters. They're all the most out there creatures that quote unquote haven't been discovered yet.
Yeah.
Which I'm a rational skeptic. I'd want the shit to exist. I think it's another thing I think it's a thing that people don't know about me is that I'm really hardcore into that. I know you are too. We've talked about it dozens of times. I think me and you could go on, a full hour on just talking about fucking cryptozoology and like all the monsters and fucking creatures that that we've read about and shit. But yeah, that's another thing. But I wouldn't want to make it too I don't want to do like a God's Not Dead and be like, oh, they're real. You know what I mean? Like I'd want to do a very adventurous piece on it. You know what I mean? Like a very passionate, not leaning towards it's fucking real, not leaning towards it's fucking fake. But the
interpretation.
Yeah, imagination. You know what I mean? Like something very very lovely. A very lovely piece on it. Also creepy too. Creepy because I gotta have the creepiness. About other projects. I'm trying to think of other projects I would want to do. I'm trying to think. Because I mean, one thing that we will talk about in our Chamber of Chills podcast in the future, I'm sure dozens of times. Me and you, we don't typically care for remakes.
Yeah.
So, I'm asking you right now, straight up, serious. You can see the seriousness in my eyes. If they came to you, Mike, a studio, or was like, Mike, we're gonna give you $100 million to remake Friday the 13th.
Fuck. You couldn't give me a better movie.
There's a reason why I asked you.
Yeah.
Because you're not a fan of Friday the 13th.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not your cup of tea.
No, I mean it's cool. I'll watch them.
I enjoy it. But it's more of it falls in that category of the really early stages of typical horror. Like you don't give a shit about characters in the movie. You just want to see them die.
That was like the beginning of formulaic horror movies.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like after that, everybody was making slasher films that who gives a fuck about these teens? They're gonna die. That's all you're gonna watch the movie for.
Yeah.
Still exists today somewhat. But that was the. Yeah. But I appreciate it as it being the number one. The first one. But yeah, would you though? Because I know it's something that you really couldn't care about. I just think that's kind of exciting though. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean it would be cool to like.
But But not only that, but they tell you, like, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah.
You can, Jason, you could change his name to fucking Philip. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you could do whatever the fuck you want. Would you do it?
I'd do it.
Yeah?
Probably. It'd be nothing like the other movies.
That's good, though. You know.
It'd be like Halloween 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, but, I mean, $100 million. Use it towards the next movie.
Yeah. There you go. But you got to make it. You got to... Now you understand, though, because you have to cater to those.
They couldn't just, like, fuck off and, like, oh, here's a shit movie.
Yeah. Because if you change
it... then they won't let me make the next one.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Well, not only that, but, like, if you don't cater to those fans, they're not going to go see it.
Yeah, they're not going to go see it.
Oh, no, who the fuck am I kidding? I think they might see it.
Yeah.
Just because of the name value alone. Because people do that. Just because it shares the same name. Yeah. They'll go fucking watch the movie.
The fucking Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't watch it.
Me either. But it is, I heard it was a huge piece of shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was. I heard. Heard reviews and everything like that. But yeah, man.
Yeah, and it'd be hard, but...
I would play in the middle. I would make it different, but keep it the same, like, spirit.
Yeah.
You know? First of all, I'd want some characters that I give a shit about, first of all.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah. I thought it was a good question because I know you particularly don't care for Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's not my favorite, but it's whatever.
Friday the 13th is one of those things where, like, it started out, like, as a, you know, just a small little horror film and, like, you know, made tons of money. It's like one of the most successful franchises ever in horror. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy. I don't know how I'd rank it because, I mean, obviously the typical ones you think of are Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, Friday the 13th, Halloween, yeah, I think Halloween's...
Those are like the big three.
Yeah, the big three, which I think Friday the 13th beats out Halloween, right? That's as far as having more movies. Could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure
they're the top two for sure. They're the top two for sure, though. But it's like... But, you know, you look back and, you know, I mean, the most recent horror Halloween movie that came out did really well. Mm-hmm. You know, we still haven't seen it because we're terrible fans. But, you know, we're on a budget. Yeah. We're all on a budget here, you know. But anyway. But, yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because, like, it grew into this hockey mask serial killer thing.
Yeah, and you didn't even get the mask till the third movie.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people. Mm-hmm. I was like, people don't even know that he wasn't even the first one. He had a knapsack bag over his head.
He
the
wore
second
a fucking
one,
potato sack on his head.
Yeah, which I like that look. I'm a fan of that look.
Yeah, it looked
but it was more of a when he got the mask, that's when I was like, iconic.
And they only used the hockey mask because someone in the fucking crew had it like in the back of their truck.
Who would have fucking thunk?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah, and then. But, you know, I guess Halloween was different because, you know, because the third one didn't even have him in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people were pissed.
Yeah, and then they brought him back.
Yeah. I don't know. But, yeah. I'm glad you chose to do it, though.
Yeah.
Because if they went to you and did that, I'd be like, dude, you better take that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really hard to say no.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, you're making a horror movie that it's not your favorite.
Yeah.
But it is horror.
Yeah, and you are getting to make it.
You're getting to make it.
You can do what you want.
Yes. So, and you can choose what kind of effects you want. Practical. There you go. Yeah, we're big geeks on practical effects, right?
None of that CGI blood shit.
Yeah, CGI. Yeah, we can spot CGI blood from a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck out of here with that.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other things, man, but we're about to hit an hour right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we could wrap up, dude. But, yeah, man, hey, thank you so much, man, for covering for Hector today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I hope people enjoy it because I think because what I wanted to use, you know, I wanted to use this final round podcast to have you on today to, like, have, like, a feel of what, you know, our horror podcast would be because we talked a little bit about horror today, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which was cool, you know, which I think a lot of people who, you know, who are, like, you know, I don't want to say fans of the show because I don't know if we have fans, but, you know, there's been quite a few people that reached out to me and Hector and say that they like the podcast.
Yeah. And,
you know, we just bullshit and talk about life. So this is something that they're going to hear that's kind of, you know, new.
Yeah. A little bit different.
Yeah. So, and me and you, we plan on making the podcast happen.
Yeah.
You know, really soon. I want to get it done really soon. I think, and this is, I think, you know, one of our best ones that we've done. You know, I don't know if it was the pressure of knowing that, you know, like, Like,
shit is going live.
Yeah, Mike, this shit's going up, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, don't fuck up.
Yeah,
all right?
I can't fuck up your guys' podcast too. Fuck.
You don't fuck up the horror podcast though. It's it's just something that we're still getting the hang of it. You know what I mean? And understanding topics and shit like that. But yeah, man, we appreciate it. Hopefully people will, listen to this and be like, oh yeah, like, I'd listen to a horror podcast between you guys. You know what I mean?
Fuck, I hope Hector comes back.
Yeah. Like, I think that too, for sure.
Yeah.
But even if they don't, we're still going to do the horror podcast because it's something that we're passionate about and we love, One thing I think we should try to do it by the end of the year, which is in a couple weeks, or sometime next year, but actually make a change and actually, put more initiative into things as far as like, going to see more movies, going out of our way to do stuff. You know what I mean?
We just got to watch shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when we started to pick it up a little bit, was when we watched movies and then talked about them.
And now that you are going to be done with school soon, me and you are going to get more time to do that.
Yeah.
And I know my schedule doesn't always, with work, doesn't always meet all the time. I think last week or 2 weeks ago where, my schedule didn't, it didn't fit yours, so you couldn't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now that you're done with school, there's going to be a lot of time for us to work on it together and like get shit done. You know what I mean? So I see a big year for me and you. We're actually going to put that shit out there.
Yeah.
We have a dope ass logo.
Yeah.
I think it's killer.
Logo's dope.
Shout out to Amber, my good friend. She's the best. She makes all of our logos. She made the logo for this one, for the final round, and she's currently making my New Japan one. But yeah, I should Miss Munster, I think her Instagram name is. So if you could just listen to follow her on that. She does commissions. She makes art for people and stuff like that. Give her a quick shout out. But yeah. Anyway, man, thank you for coming on, Mike. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, dude. All right, dude. We're out, man. Final Round Podcast. See you later. Late.